The safety, Brandon Jones, wants all of his teammates that are quarterbacks to have in them. Here's a quote from Brandon Jones. This is from a piece on The Athletic that our buddy Nick Kosmider wrote about. It says, "I love it. I never wanted to be somewhere where a quarterback is shy or to himself.
Nice.
I think if a quarterback can show that dog mentality, that goes a long ways for me, and it keeps us battling. It keeps the competition super healthy and very competitive." And then he goes on to talk about Bo Nix having that dog mentality, saying that trash talking is also a reflection of Nick's increased comfort overall, and not only his responsibilities as the team leader, but just his grasp of the offense with offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi and, of course, Sean Payton. So this is now the safety. You know, they're going one-on-one, right? It's the two guys that are looking at each other pre-snap, talking a little bit of trash, and Brandon Jones, who's been doing this for a handful of years, saying, no, Bo's got it. Bo's got the grasp. Bo understands what he has to do as a leader, and he's got that dog in him a little bit that he wants to even beat our ass out there on the practice field.
I love it. That's exactly what you need, because you want that guy that isn't afraid of anything. And one of the things that we haven't really got yet into, and we will as training camp goes on, is the fact that the toughest defense that Bo Nix will face is here. You could make the argument the Philadelphia defense, all due respect to Vic Fangio every day, but the toughest defense he will face is here. If he's able to sharpen his sword, so to speak, against these guys, imagine when he faces Cincinnati. They don't play defense. Imagine when he faces anyone else, perhaps not named Philadelphia, right? Like, that should lead you to think that Bo Nix can be outstanding, because he's going against the best defense in the league, and he's not backing down. It's one of the things I've always examined when you look overall, and mainly it was excuses for young quarterbacks, but you look at guys that had to go against tough defenses early on in their careers, there's really not a great success rate. Sometimes a world-dominating defense can almost stunt the growth of a young quarterback. But with Bo Nix, I don't feel that way.
It's sharpening, right? It's sharpening his skills rather than, hurting him so much.
And with young guys that get rattled like that, you can just take their will. It just saps them because they can't do anything in practice.
Well, I also think that there's an understanding from Bo that comes from Sean, at least to start, and now into year two, I'm sure Bo understands a little bit more. But it's something that you and I are going to talk about at training camp. It's something that every team across the NFL is going to talk about at training camp, and even the coaches will admit as much. The defense is going to have the advantage for the first couple of weeks of training camp. And then maybe throughout until they're doing, real live tackling drills, which are going to be very, very limited. But the defense is always going to have the advantage. And I believe that if the quarterback understands that and leans into it, that's what I mean. Bo have an understanding of the offense. Now this is what camp should be about. Bo, you understand what you're doing here. You understand what the job is, what routes are going to be run. Test those windows. See what the chemistry is. Are you and Cortland seeing the same thing from coverage pre-snap so that you're going to put a ball on a place and know that he's going to turn around and it's going to be right in his face by the time he does that? Those are all the things that Bo can now do in training camp moving forward, that this fake competition's not around.
Yeah, it's no more competition, no more worried about reps, and the ability to try to fool what this defense, because the defense isn't just going to lay down.
No.
Now, they don't usually do that, but they're not as talented as this defense is. And we've been pretty blessed, honestly, over the years to see some great defenses here in Denver. Well, guess what? Those guys are out there trying too. So you may know the spot. They may know the spot. Okay, now it's a competition for who can get there first, and that's where Bo Nix and the nuanced things. It's about using your eyes to manipulate the defense. It's about understanding your arm angle may have to be different, because let's say a guy like even Q Robinson. Q Robinson has knocked down several passes during rookie minicamp, OTAs, and mandatory minicamp.
Nice.
That's what Q Robinson's doing, in addition to getting pressure. So if a guy's out there and he's coming through and he puts his hands up, you may have to adjust that arm angle. Like, the play may be run smoothly and everybody's open where they need to be, but there's that one thing that's a little bit off. And it's having those sort of nuances and adjustments that Bo Nix will get used to, because, again, these guys are coming for you.
Something else from this Nick Kosmider piece at The Athletic was the difference in Troy Franklin. And we know Troy Franklin has looked good. He's actually catching the football. That's a big step in the right direction. But according to Sean Payton, he's added some muscle this offseason. And in the article, it talks about 5 to 8, I think it's 5 pounds of muscle. But, I mean, Cease I don't think that's enough to worry about slowing a guy down like Troy Franklin. I do think that's enough of like, hey, you be a little bit more comfortable. You don't just run the 9 route every time. You're a little bit more comfortable running those in routes where there might be a safety there looking to take your head off from time to time.
Right, yeah, and it's just a comfort level and a confidence in knowing what you're doing. Because just like Bo Nix, and this is why receivers usually take 3 years. One, they don't know how to run routes. College receivers, not named Pat Bryant, don't know how to run routes. So Troy Franklin's just learning that. But once you learn that and you know, oh, I have to get open this way against this coverage. He's showing me this leverage. He's trying to make me go to the outside. He's trying to make me go to the inside. Just watch his hips. Watch those hips and then change those hips. And when you're Troy Franklin and you have the ability to do that, now you know, again, pre-snap, how do I have to get open this time? I know I have to go to this spot, but how do I best get there? Once you're able to do that, again, you're not thinking. You're just going out there playing football, and that's allowing you to play with a confidence and even a fearlessness because you're not thinking about the safety coming to take your head off. You're thinking about getting open, catching that football.
It's what we talked about with Bo Nix and footwork yesterday. You just get to go play. And it's something that Sean said about Troy Franklin, a quote that there's that saying, repetition is the mother of learning. You're seeing him play faster with much greater awareness with each play. He's extremely explosive. And I think I would say, 5 pounds heavier, a little thicker, a little stronger. He's had a good spring, end quote. And that's
nice.
Sean Payton talking about Troy Franklin. So
nice.
It'd be nice to see both Troy, Devon take a bigger step and do it before that week 10 where we saw Marvin Mims take that big step. And I think there's an opportunity to do it. I also think that if they don't take that opportunity and literally run with it, you're going to see a lot more Pat Bryant sooner rather than later.
Yeah, a lot more Pat Bryant because that kid's ready. He's ready to go, and then we'll see the type of chemistry he can build with Bo Nix. So there's competition all over the place, and it's competition from guys who don't want to back down. All of them. Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims, he's an angry little fella. You've got all these guys out there trying to prove something, and they're trying to prove it against that tough world-class defense. I think that's a great combination. It's a great combination because unlike other young quarterbacks that have been here, I don't feel like that defense in practice is going to be able to rattle you. The defense will win. When we're at a training camp, the defense will win. They'll look ahead of the offense, and I don't want anyone, much like we were battling against lessers, out there saying bad things about Bo Nix. We said, struggle, improve, excel. I don't want anyone to watch the first week or so of training camp, see Bo Nix, he's throwing some picks. Yeah, he's learning. And that defense is going to be ahead of the offense until it's not.
I honestly, now, I reserve the right to go crazy if there's like a 3-interception day, but I'm not going to mind interceptions at all.
Okay.
I'm actually going to like that because I'm hoping it's coming on these pre-snap reads like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
I see safety help over there on Cortland's side. Court, do you see it? Are you going to turn around in time where the window is the cornerback before the bracket coverage comes? Those are the little things that I want to see out of Bo Nix once we get to training camp.
Yeah.
And that's going to lead to some mistakes.
Yes.
Because him and Cortland won't be on the same page. Him and Devon won't be on the same page. But that's where you work this stuff out. It's called practice, guys. You can screw up there. Right?
Right.
That's how it should work.
Right. Yeah. So go out there and watch this thing with great interest. It's gonna be fun when they have joint practices. What is it? Cardinals this year, Kev? Is that right? Cardinals joint practices? Or 49ers.
49ers. I thought it was 49ers.
Okay,
yeah.
49ers. Well, guess who's getting beat up on?
Yeah.
The 49ers.
And they're going to San Francisco for that?
Are
they
we
have
going
to
to San Francisco?
Because there's the
for
game
that?
in San Francisco.
I mean, we are the official show of training camp.
That's right.
Totally not
We
official,
are.
but official here, so official
Yeah.
enough because we're the Broncos station.
We to get there, we of course would be looking for investors.
Possibly you.
So let us know. Hit us up 303-713-1043.
all I know is a trip to Santa Clara with our guy Kev
Oh, dude.
going back.
We just get a couple early month teaser of
Yeah.
like, okay, see, that's the stadium we're gonna play at in February.
We'll be back in February.
Yeah.
Yep.
You get the bow in the right hotels and everything like that. Yeah.
Plus, I've always wanted to go to that jail that's out there.
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I'd be down to a little day trip. Us go to Alcatraz.
I'm down.
Pretend we're Andy Dufresne and all that fun stuff.
Do you want to try to swim back?
Not yet. I don't,
No.
There's shark-infested waters, I think.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not ready to go yet.
Okay.
There's like 4 or 5 more things I'd like to accomplish still.
I think Pritch and I were out there for Paxton Lynch's perfect practice. Yes, that actually happened. I went to Golden Gate Bridge. It was foggy. Went to a Giants game, which was cool. Cold, very cold.
Yeah.
The stadium's on the water.
I do like how the Giant fans doing the kayaks. And that's cool.
That's really cool.
That's cool.
Out there trying to catch the home run balls. Couple restaurant, Garden of Eden, something I can't remember, but
Okay.
yeah.
And
Some
don't they
spots.
have like the best Chinese food is in San Francisco, right?
I believe so, yeah.
At least according to like 3 songs that I've heard. So we'd have a great time. We